Hello and welcome to another BWhack review. Today we are going to be taking a look at NASCAR Authentics Wave 1 for 2025. I hear you people are definitely interested in a certain type of video, so here you go. I'm just going to address it immediately. I didn't just give up on Authentics reviews or just refuse to do them as one person said. I only want to review a wave of Authentics if I have the whole wave like you see in front of you. And that's become very difficult for the last year and a half or whatever it's been since I've reviewed Authentics. My stores are just like all yours, where good luck finding anything that wasn't the Petty Wave or the Hendrick Wave. I did have the idea to maybe grab the whole Petty Wave and just review it as a joke, but I don't even think it was worth that money, so I never did. And it just took until right now for the waves to actually the Petty Waves pretty much suddenly start disappearing from all the stores. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they got rid of them or dumped them off to Ollie's or something, but they suddenly just started disappearing in the last month or two. And as you know, it is ideal for the first wave of the year to finally start showing up in places in October. Good, yeah, that makes sense. This wave is finally just starting to show up for people. I think Lionel knew that the distribution was screwed because of the Petty Wave, because it took until a couple weeks ago for them to actually reveal Wave 3 for 2025, whereas these first couple waves I think were revealed back in April or May, I think it was. It's just now taking until October for most stores to get this. I said I haven't even seen anything Wave 2 yet. You might see a review of Wave 2. It depends if I find the whole wave or not. I'll just say that too, because I'm sure there's people oh good, he's back to doing Authentics reviews. It's if I find full waves, I will do an Authentics review. If I don't find full waves, oh well. Because that was pretty much all it was for the past, I said, the year and a half or whatever. It was either finding the Petty Wave and the Hendrick Wave, or finding scraps of other waves. I would go into a store and find 3 or 4 of the cars from the wave and maybe pick up 1 or 2 of them. And it was well, I'm not going to do a half a wave review, so even I just found scraps of the wave that had the Long John Silver's 38 car. A couple weeks ago, randomly, it was I bought the Long John Silver's car and the Chase Birdie truck, and that was it. Which is funny that those two were there and some of the other ones from the wave are already gone. Usually people want the exclusives, but whatever. Anyways, let's get back to this. As you can see, we have our first wave of 2025. And it is a pretty solid wave. You've got a nice variety of cars. You got Xfinity, Truck, and Cup. You've got all 3 manufacturers represented. It is kind of funny that for the first wave of 2025, only, 4 of the cars in this wave are actually from 2025. I think there were more primaries in Wave 2. It's been so long since I saw them reveal Wave 2 that I don't even remember what's in it. Wave 3 has some late models. It has an exclusive late model, which isn't very accurate, but if we ever actually find that whole wave and I review it, we'll talk about that there. Anyways, let's just jump right in with the first car. We have Jesse Love's Whelen Firefighters Foundation number 2. I reviewed the 124 of this if you want a more in-depth review, but I do love this paint scheme. It's just such a nice, the way they just kind of swap the regular Whelen base for the red stripes with the black stars. It looks fantastic. He just ran this car this year in, I think it was at the Roval a few weeks ago. So that's kind of neat. They didn't really offer anything this year. Although his primary got offered, DNP'd, and then it got only made as a 124 scale, promo. I assume it's for, employees at Whelen. So that's out there. And then, obviously, the Daytona one we just took a look at. Or I don't know if I uploaded that review yet, but I have reviewed that. So if I haven't uploaded that video, you will see a review on that soon. But definitely cool to get a Jesse Love Authentics diecast. And what better way to put a Jesse Love in Authentics than sharing a wave with Connor Zilisch. So here you have his WeatherTech primary for 2025. I've also taken a look at this in a review. So if you want a more in-depth review of this one too, you can also take a look at that. I absolutely love these WeatherTech paint schemes. They're so simple, but they work so well. They're just super clean. It's a very eye-catching paint scheme. It's super simple. You just have the red and blue stripes down the side with the matte white finish, but it works very well. You're going to be able to get a lot of race wins of this paint scheme. I think at least half of his wins this year have been in this paint scheme. Even the Parker Kligerman win was in this paint scheme. He has a couple different wins. Like he has, you know, the Carolina Carports win at Dover. He has that Registix car at like Watkins Glen and Pocono. Is that it? That was different paint schemes. Oh, the Roto-Rooter car. He won in the Roto-Rooter car at Sonoma. I kind of hope he wins Talladega just because he's in the like first bank of Alabama car, which also got offered and DNP'd. So that would at least be a different paint scheme getting made, but I'm sure it's Talladega, so he's probably going to lead a bunch of laps and then get wrecked or something, but who knows. But this is probably going to be one of the hottest cars of this wave just because everyone is, you know, hyped on a Zilisch right now, so this one might be hard to find for some people. And this one might be worth picking up if you do see it. Because if he does turn out to be like something special, which it really looks like he's going to be, then his first authentics of his rookie primary might actually do something. Next up, we've got Brad Keselowski's King's Hawaiian Soft Pretzel Bites car from 2024. He ran this at the end of the year last year. Ran at Daytona and Watkins Glen and Bristol, maybe? I think it ran like 3 times. But I've also reviewed the 124 of this one because I absolutely love this paint scheme. The bright orange mixed with the bright blue with all the pretzel bites around it. We actually just did get a new version of this car with Denny Hamlin in 2025. They did offer the diecast. Hopefully it beats MLQ. But definitely cool to get in authentics. And yeah, King's Hawaiian, like, it is weird that they ended up on Denny, but like, I love the people that are like, why Joe Gibbs? Why did you steal a car from Roush? Or King's Hawaiian, why did you leave Roush? It ain't either of their faults. It's Roush's fault. It's Kroger's fault. Kroger literally has a deal with Artesano bread or Artesano bread or however you say that. And they have like their own Hawaiian rolls or something. So when Kroger comes on, guess what? King's Hawaiian gets the boot out. I'm glad they stayed in the sport with Denny Hamlin. He hasn't had much luck. I think every single time he's won the King's Hawaiian car, he's like wrecked or something's gone badly wrong. But the paint schemes look nice. His Pretzel Bites car looked awesome too. I hope that diecast meets MLQ. His regular one with the like orange and the red was okay, and then he had a orange and white one at Daytona that they didn't even offer. But always good to get authentics of any King's Hawaiian cars because they generally do all look nice. It's a very eye-catching orange paint scheme, and I'm sure that's going to be popular on the shelves. Next up, we've got Ryan Blaney's Body Armor Zero Sugar Ford from 2025. I had to remind myself this was a 2025 paint scheme. This is one of those weird cars that like got produced early, way before the race, so then like they had it ready to go for the race. So it's like I keep forgetting that this car ran. This ran back at Atlanta in the spring. So it's like it's hard to remember that this car was from this year. I kept having to be like, wait, is that car from this year? Is that car from last year? I don't remember. I've also reviewed the 124 of this. It is so early that it still has like the ethanol fuel port, still has the old Ford license plate and all that. Still has the white and red Ford Performance logo instead of the all white one. This is the car that Carson Hocevar like tried to spin him out into the turn, and he actually did save it. So I do miss the color on body armor cars. Like I really wish they would go back to some colorful paint schemes. That's like the excuse that like, oh, they changed their bottles so that the colorless cars are more accurate, which that's not true at all because the bottles still have plenty of bright colors on them. Even this year, like he ran this, then he ran the body armor chill car, which actually had color. It was like the red, white, and blue car. That looked cool. And then they immediately come back with a just like solid matte black car with like a little bit of pink lining. It still looked nice, but like I do want color back. Like I'm still gonna get all the body armor cars, and you're still gonna see reviews on all of them. But like, can we please get some bright red and bright colorful cars again, please? You can easily do like a bright orange car with a black stripe, and it would be like with the bottle. But whatever. Anyways, next up we've got Chris Buescher's Fastenal Primary for 2025. I was very happy to go back to a white base Fastenal car. I think they look much better with Fastenal than the black base cars. He's ran this for a chunk of the year, and then he also has the orange bodyguard Fastenal paint scheme that used to be Brad's car, but now it's, I think it's just Buescher. I don't think Brad's even run it this year, unless I'm forgetting a race. This car also almost basically, like, sort of has scallops on it. I do think Penske with Logano could definitely like find a way to make scallops work on the next gen if they actually tried, but this is a pretty nice looking paint scheme. See the blue stripe even kind of curves, skews with the number. That's a nice touch. Don't see that very often anymore. Solid paint scheme. I said primaries in the first wave of the year is definitely worth it. Next up, we have Martin Truex Jr.'s Bass Pro Shops final ride, which didn't turn out to be his final ride, but this was his final ride for his full-time Joe Gibbs ride. Ran at Phoenix last year. I will be getting the 124 to this at some point. You'll see a review on it, but this car was just kind of disappointing. It was cool to get a throwback to his very first Cup car, his DEI. It was like a kind of candy apple red Bass Pro Shops car. And for whatever reason, when they did this, it's not candy apple red. It's just kind of like a dark red. Which I did love people, again, being like, oh, that makes sense. It has to be a wrap, so it's not going to look right. That's not an excuse. We just had those 40th anniversary Hendrick Motorsports cars. Those were wraps. Those were beautiful metallic reds. Joe Gibbs could have easily done it. I believe like the crew chief or somebody said that they like tried to do it and something went wrong with the wrap, but like, I don't know. If Hendrick can do it, just go talk to Hendrick. I'm sure they can help you out with a wrap. Like, because if this car was actually that like metallic candy apple red, even as a wrap, that would have looked incredible, but it still does look good. Like the red paint scheme looks cool. It does have like half DEI stripes, which is nice to see on a car always, because you usually can't get away with that, but like I said before, this is one of only 3 diecasts you can get for Martin Truex Jr.'s final season. His primary, this, and his Homestead throwback. And then he, of course, came back this year in the number 56 car with the totally a Tricon car. That car looks amazing. I wonder if that'll end up in Authentics, but definitely cool to get Truex's, quote-unquote final ride in Authentics. Next up, we have what is the weakest car of the whole wave. We have Christopher Bell's Ream primary for 2025. This car is the primary that has the worst use of space in the entire series. Like, come on, you can do so much more than that. They usually put, like, alternate brands or, like, featured brands or whatever it is, like, as associate sponsors on the quarter panel, but they've basically fully stopped that this year, too. Like, you can easily just do, like Harvick did, where it just says Ream.com on the quarter panel or something, but, like, one tiny little Ream circle and then a whole bunch of blank space. The paint scheme itself is okay. Like, the black with the white looks kind of neat. It's basically in the kind of design of his old, like, Ream paint scheme he's had for years now, but they swapped the colors around. They also, like, they totally did, I feel like they're adding cheat trim to this car, because suddenly around playoff time, it randomly had this back quarter panel has, like, a white, like, diagonal line for like a border on the bottom of the quarter panel for no reason back there. Whenever cars just randomly add little changes right around playoff time, it definitely looks a little suspicious, but whatever. So this is definitely the weakest of the whole wave, and this one is already peg warming. For the places that do stock this wave and have already sold most of this wave, this is one of the last ones always there. It's also generally alongside this one right here. We have Daniel Suarez's Tootsie's pink car from the Fall Talladega race last season. This car is also peg warming for a little bit from this wave, which is kind of weird to see. As I said in the review, I've also reviewed the 124 of this. They did get the color a little bit wrong. It should be way more neon. But I don't know if there's a bunch of like random like people that buy Authentics that even know that. So it's kind of weird that it has like a cool pink playoff Tootsie's car. You think it would sell better, but said everywhere I go to that already has the wave and has sold the wave, they always have Christopher Bell in this one. Usually a couple Chris Bueschers too, but that one is at least a brand new paint scheme, like primary. This one's is a special one-off paint scheme, which is usually pretty popular, even has the bright yellow playoff spoiler. You don't see that very often in Authentics. Hopefully we get Ross's Tootsie's car in Authentics, because I love the 2025 one with those purple flames. It looks fantastic. They did it off of the 124, and I think it met MOQ in all scales for like the regular version of the Ross, so see if it ends up in Authentics. And last but not least, we have Butterbean Queen's truck debut. It's always good to get trucks and authentics because it is very rare that we get trucks anymore. You get a couple wins in Winner's Circle and you get like the occasional regular authentic, but definitely cool to get Butterbean and authentics. It is definitely cool to see Butterbean on store shelves. Have to see if we get any of his ARCA cars and authentics. They did make his Daytona win, so that could be an authentic like Winner's Circle. They also are offering his championship race to win. So have to see if that meets MOQ. If you want a regular one, they did offer his, what was it, like Folsom Fence. It was like a blue version of his paint scheme. They said definitely cool to get a truck in authentics, and they said he has this loyal sponsor. They were on his late model, they were on his truck, they're on his ARCA car. I'm sure once he actually moves to Xfinity, they'll be on his Xfinity car. Because his only Xfinity starts have been just a random like Josh Williams colleague car that just has like the generic colleague sponsor on it. And he already did more in that car than Josh Williams basically ever did. And the future is definitely looking bright for Butterbean, and winning an ARCA championship does help you up the ladder. So have to see what he does with his career now. But cool to see him in, like I said, retail store shelves. Also worth pointing out with this wave, it's not related to this wave, but you can see in the background that Lionel has been doing a good job lately of actually making more real haulers. Like, this is exactly what Ryan Blaney's hauler looks like. Mind you, it's again the same thing they did with Logano's, where it's like a metallic silver stripe instead of the, solid chrome stripe. It's still funny to me that Spin Master could actually pull off the whole chrome on a sticker, and for some reason Lionel can't. Lionel knows how to do chrome stickers. They've done it with all the numbers. Not in authentics. Is that all it is? That they just don't want to spend the money to make a chrome authentics hauler because it's not worth it? It's going to be some weird thing where it's like, oh, we'll make a chrome hauler, but it'll be a $50 hauler you have to buy on the site. I don't know, but I will definitely give them credit for making a lot more real haulers. And they've been making a bunch of random haulers. They made a real Stewart-Haas Racing hauler. They made Austin Hill's Xfinity hauler for no reason. I love when they make haulers that have absolutely nothing you can put with them. It's always so weird to me. They made a JJ Yeley number 44 New York Racing hauler. Where's our JJ Yeley authentics then? That one got released and there's no car to go with it. They made the Todd Gillen, they made a pickle hauler. It wasn't a real hauler, but it was a fantasy pickle hauler. But that car DNP'd in 164 scale, and then they haven't put in authentics yet. So why? They still make the win haulers too. I just got I found it on clearance a couple months ago where it was Jesse Love's first win hauler, but it was on clearance at Walmart. They've made they made Daniel Suarez's Tootsie's realistic hauler, or just not Tootsie's only, but it's a realistic hauler. They made Keselowski's Roush hauler. That is cool. More of that, please. Also worth pointing out that back here, right now in stores, you can get these. This is a premium Hot Wheel F1 car. So right on the store shelves next to these authentics, you can get this. Fully realistic. It's got metal on metal. It's got rubber tires. And it's on retail shelves. And they did the entire field of F1. All the drivers, all the cars. You can get the entire F1 field from last season from Hot Wheels right now in stores. They're hard to find, mind you, because they're selling out very quickly, but for me, that's just worth pointing out right now that Formula One continues to get way more than we get. They have 124 scale diecast in stores for only $20. You have this 164 scale Hot Wheels that look incredible and have super, high amounts of detail and everything. Come on. We definitely should be getting more as NASCAR fans than that. Even IndyCar, the IndyCar that's sitting next to it, the New Garden shell car, there's no IndyCar in retail stores. And I'm pretty sure this Hot Wheel is even better than that. So, Greenlight's gone now. You have, IKO models? But that's just funny to me. Also funny the fact that, you can still buy Hot Wheels of Red Bull cars. The premium one is on a base with a screw, but there's a basic Hot Wheel. There's our dollar basic Hot Wheel F1 cars that you can get. One of them is Red Bull. So why is there no Red Bull anything in authentics or anything? They act like they can't put it in retail stores for kids, but you can buy a dollar Hot Wheel, the Red Bull car. That's fine. I have not found that yet. It's funny that I found the premium one that's way better than I haven't, but I haven't found like the basic dollar of the Max Verstappen Red Bull car, but whatever. Anyways, if you want this wave, it is a brand new wave. Said it is really funny to me that the first wave of the year is only finally showing up to people in October, but that's whatever. But multiple of my stores have this wave now, so you might be lucky if some of your stores have finally gotten rid of the petty waves. I'm sure there's still people that have like 30 petty cars on the shelves, but mine just suddenly started disappearing out of nowhere, so I don't know what happened, but I will take it. This wave's found, I've been finding this wave at both Target and Walmart, so worth pointing out that the Truex is the liquid color chase piece if you can find one. And hey, what do you know? If you get the liquid color, now it's basically the more color it was supposed to be. It's a metallic, like dark red, just like the car should have been, but whatever. Anyways, remember for all of your other diecast needs, you can go to circlebdiecast.com, and if you use the code BWhack, you can get $5 off shipping on any order over $30. Just go check it out if you want anything. But I'm going to change all there is to say. This has been a review of NASCAR Authentics Wave 1 for 2025. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.